Monday, the public is invited to this event. It's going to be, what time again?
10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning. And what are we going to do?
We're going to have, we've got a big tent set up, Charlie, and we're going to have, Travis has a program laid out. We've got several speakers. Travis, you want to tell them about that?
Yeah, we've got, we'll do a couple of different sections in it. We'll have a 50th anniversary of Vietnam little section where the mayor has a city proclamation, and Representative Barry Moore has a resolution and a proclamation from the legislature and the governor to present to the Vietnam veterans. And then we'll be honoring Korean War veterans. Last year we did World War II veterans, and this year we're going to honor the Korean War veterans and have the quilts of valor for them. And then we'll have some speakers. Haley McGinnis is the American Legion scholarship winner. She got second in the nation, would have won first, but one of the requirements, you had to be a member of the auxiliary for 4 years, and the auxiliary and enterprise hasn't been around 4 years, so she lost out on that. But still, very impressive girl. And then Mr. Kenneth Conaway, who lost his son in Iraq, Timothy Conaway, will be speaking about Memorial Day from a family's point of view. Last year we did it with Reverend Donnie Thrasher, had been a retired chaplain, from a chaplain's point of view. So this year we're doing the family. And then, like Julian said, we'll have the reenactors do what they call a canteen salute at the end. And we'll have the 98th Army Band representative be a quartet with 5 people, which only the military can do. And we'll have a really nice setup. They'll have refreshments at the end. Chick-fil-A's helping out with that, and Metalon's helping out with that. So we've got a big thing going on. Like I said, Julian said he had a tent over 300 chairs, and we've got more chairs coming in from the American Legion. It's going to be a nice setup.
And at 10 o'clock in the morning, we quoted you the temperature of 91, 92 on Monday, but at 10 in the morning when this is going on, you're going to be in the probably 70s to low 80s, so it won't be
as bad.
Unbearable type situation as if you had it in the afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, last year we learned our lesson. Last year we set up in the afternoon.
Trial and error always. Yeah. Jim and Nancy at Rathburn are with us, and they are transplants.
That's correct.
Your story, please.
Yes, well, I came here about 2.5 years ago to be the dean of the War and Officer Career College, and my son had fallen in love with this place. He was a mechanic for helicopters.
Okay.
And I said, really? What's at Fort Rucker? Because, I came here to go to school, not as a pilot, but as a warrant officer school. And so I would see the exit of Enterprise, Ozark, and Daleville, the surrounding community. And I never could understand what he saw in this place. So in those last 2.5 years, after traveling the United States and the world for the last 38 in the military, I realized why my son fell in love with this place. And it's the people here in the Wiregrass community. I didn't realize Mayberry RFD still existed until I got here.
It does. It still does, and it does in all of these small communities around here, whether they're 35,000 population, 60,000, or 2,500 or less. It's the people that make the difference. So you 38 years.
Yes.
You've been following him around the world?
Yes, sir. I met him in junior high.
Yeah.
But she wasn't 12 years old.
She's sharp. The 3 of y'all, she just proved the brains are right over there.
Yes.
38 years.
Yes, sir. My daddy was in the military.
Okay.
We moved to Fort Riley, Kansas, which is when I met him in junior high.
In junior high. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So, military families, and you guys have been all over the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, give us some places.
Well, I've been all five of the 7 continents. I'm a Desert Storm veteran, not a Vietnam veteran, and I've been to Kosovo 4 times, Iraq 5 times, Afghanistan 4 times.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Do you find that people in today's society do not understand what Desert Storm and the places you just mentioned and the places you serve, they do not understand why it was done?
Yeah, I believe people have forgotten. You know, their memory of why we're there go quickly. You know, they lose faith in what we're doing over there. But having traveled all that, I'll give you an example. I was at Fort Bliss, Texas. It was important for my son to realize how good we have it here in the United States. And having traveled all those third world countries, Mexico, Juarez is one of those. Not as bad as Middle East. But I took him over there for him to have an appreciation for what he has here in the United States. This is a great, great country.
If you have not traveled out of the borders of this country, you really have no idea.
None.
It's what Jim's saying, right?
That's absolutely correct.
Any of these third world countries, or even if you go to some places in the Caribbean that might be considered vacation, beautiful, tropical islands, if you look at the local situation and see the conditions they live in, you don't know how blessed we are in this country.
That's correct.
You're going to be a part of the program Monday?
I am part of the program Monday and Friday.
And Friday.
All right, what happens Friday?
Friday, we're going to replace the flag. It's a 12 by 18 flag in medallons.
Okay.
What we're trying to do is instill Americanism and patriotism. And this flag exchange that we're doing at medallons will provide that. Now imagine Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. They're our future. They're out there, along with soldiers and veterans, because this is patriotic people here. They'll be out there to help place those 1,133 flags. So what Nancy's doing with the VFW auxiliary is she's got volunteers from that will have the map that CATB is providing. And then they'll help the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and all these volunteers place all those flags. But prior to that, we are going to honor and replace the flag. And so we'll tell the story about what the flag means, and we'll do it with honor.
What time will this take place? Because if you've never been a part of one of these services,
it'll be at 3:30. It'll
Friday
take
afternoon, 3:30. Okay, at Medallon, at the entrance there to Medallon.
Yes.
We'll have the
At the flagpole.
VFW color guard there along with the auxiliary. But what we're going to plan on doing is to have Boy Scouts and other veterans organizations injected into this thing. You know, we've done this in other flag ceremonies, and you just don't know how it touches our youth to be a part of that. And then that instills in them, you know, that symbol, the flag, represents all of our veterans, represents the pride of America.
And I've heard this said 1,000,000 times, and I've said it several thousand in the years I've been doing this. There's never been a more important time and a time needed for patriotism in this country.
That's absolutely
If you want a good dose of it tomorrow, 5:30, be with us. George Stuber ran Fort Rucker, Travis, for how many years? 6, 7 years? He's been running Fort Benning ever since. The family history and the military service to our nation is just unbelievable. He's gone through stage 4 melanoma, had the transplant, gone through all of it. He's coming back. He told me on the phone he's getting stronger every day, and he's going to be with us tomorrow morning. And if that's not a dose of patriotism, that seeing the flag retired, it's called flag retirement, correct?
Yes.
And if you have never seen all this, tomorrow take off, because that's something to go see. And then the service Monday, 10 o'clock, Medallon Cemetery. Anything else folks need to know about this?
No, that's it. I'm telling you, we've got to inject it in our youth. They truly are our future.
They are.
If you watch the news lately, politics as usual,
Yeah.
and see what's going on in the campuses, we need to grab these young kids during their formidable years and have them understand that. You know, it's...
You know what the sad part is to me? Opinion, get ready to run the disclaimer. Families are paying $30,000 a year plus to have a bunch of airhead professors teach them just the opposite of what you're trying to instill in them at no charge.
That's right.
Now, what sense does that make,
Yeah.
Mom and Dad, that have served in the military for all these years? Kind of downheartening to you?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
You want to shake them.
shake them hard too. But I mean, that's what has happened in this country in the last 30, 40 years.
Well, think about the folks that watch this show. They are our patriots,
Exactly.
and they're watching it tear apart. So I want to give them hope that we are trying to instill that self-service to the country that they did, or selfless service that they gave to our country. Because today's young adults, it's about self. And so we've got to reverse that. If we're going to have our nation great again, that's what it's going to take. It's not the elected officials. It has to happen with the grassroots from us.
Now he's preaching. But that is, I have become more and more. There's some politicians that I'm proud to know.
That's right.
But the list of those with no backbone is getting longer every day, from local up to President of the United States.
That's right.
And it does need to change. And someone that's never had any family member, any part of the military service, it's hard for me to understand how they can actually serve in the capacity of a congressman, a senator, and make correct decisions on what benefits this nation and keeping it strong.
That's right.
But for your service, the two of you, and for Travis, and for the thousands out there who have served to keep this country free, we are truly grateful. And Monday is the day that if you're at the beach, if you're on a boat, I'm not going to say that's bad, but take some time to remember and think about what Monday is all about.
As a nation, 3 o'clock Monday, we do a pause. As a nation.
As a nation.
At 3 o'clock, take a pause and remember the fallen soldiers.
And remember that there's 1,100 buried in just one cemetery in one town in Coffee County.
That's right.
And you start counting the numbers around, and the numbers that lost their lives defending this country, those numbers are staggering.
Yeah.
And when you see a service member that's wearing one of those little hats that says, I'm a veteran, a Vietnam veteran, a Korean veteran, a World War II veteran, make sure you go up and shake their hand and thank them for their service.
Yeah.
There's still a lot, and you bring that up, there's still a lot of them that do not feel appreciated.
Right.
It'll bring a tear to their eye, and I've gone up to a gentleman that was sitting in a restaurant and shook his hand, and the look on his face. They need to be remembered. They need to be appreciated.
And if you see one sitting there by itself or with someone eating and you feel like doing something really nice, pick up their check.
Absolutely.
That bring a tear to that. I mean,
It does.
It
that
does.
lets them know they're appreciated.
Yeah.
It does.
We do.
Or if they're sitting there alone and you have nowhere else to do or nothing else, go sit with them and eat dinner with them.
There you go. Jim, Nancy, thank you for your service. And the VFW Women's Auxiliary is
No, sir, it's the auxiliary.
the auxiliary.
It's
Okay.
been changed now.
Oh,
We are the
correct.
auxiliary. We need to
We
be.
have submitted. With that
good to have you here. That ain't anything to do with that mayor over in Georgia? No, okay, good. Get out 3:30 tomorrow
Friday.
afternoon. 3:30 tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Retirement of the American flag.
And if you've never heard taps
Wow.
and are not moved,
Yeah.
I don't know what's in your heart.
You might need to move somewhere else.
Yeah, you're not welcome here in the Wiregrass.
San Francisco, California will
There
be a
you
good
go.
destination for you. Thank y'all for coming out, and get out and support this tomorrow afternoon, Medal On. And we'll go over the events for Monday one more time after you watch this. Stay with us. Jim and Nancy, I didn't know you were going to have heavy hitters like that.
Boy, that
you
was
and,
great.
You and Travis are just lightweights.
We agree with that, don't we, Travis?
You better. What, and really, if you've never seen Retirement of the Flag, heard taps, this country needs that.
Amen.
Everybody's got a
Amen.
story. We're going to be talking about this. Thank you, Dr. Steve Stokes. You can't make this stuff up. It came out of Beat 5, Henry County. And it's not a liquid either. Okay. Everybody up there knows what we're talking about. No, they don't do it. It's secrets out on that a few years back. Get out and be a part of that tomorrow, 3:30, Medal On Cemetery, 27 South, Geneva Highway. And then Monday, Julian, run it over again, you and Travis?
We've got the Memorial Day celebration at Medal On at 10 o'clock in the morning. And program, Travis put the program together, and Travis, go ahead.
I forgot to mention Patriot Guard Riders will be out there tomorrow as well as Monday. Disabled veterans will be there at the DAV. American Legion, VFW, Vietnam Veterans have got pretty much all the veterans organizations chipping in, doing different parts. Like I said, we'll have the mayor and Representative Moore down to present proclamations for the Vietnam 50th anniversary. And then we'll have Haley McInnes and Mr. Kenneth Conaway speaking at the ceremony. And then reenactors and canteen salute at the end. 98th Army Band to be there. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts will be helping out with the flags and ushering, all sorts of things. So we're getting the whole community involved in as much as they can in some way. And even some businesses are donating time on the electronic billboards to advertise it.
You know,
It's quite a show, Charlie. I'm gonna tell
It
you,
is.
it is. They've done a great job with it.
and not just because they're standing here, but Jim and Nancy hit a nerve with me. They're kind of like they're kind of like family,
Yeah.
even though they're not
From here.
not from here, you know, been all over the world, but they ended up here and they like it, and that's what matters. But they hit a nerve, and I'll push the envelope a little further. Julian and I have grandkids these days, and as soon as your grandkids are kids, we're talking to the generation that's kind of a little bit me. As soon as you have children or grandchildren that understand what's going on, get them out to functions like this, because they,
Absolutely.
Bennett, Ridge, Pierce, Parks, Mills, all of these are our future.
Amen, Charlie.
And it's kind of up to us to teach them, because, again, get mad if you want to, Julian spent a lot of money through the years on college for 4 little girls that I know. But the thing that matters here, they had a good mama, daddy, and support team of grandparents that, if their heads got clouded by a bunch of liberal idiots at University of Alabama, Ole Miss, or wherever it may be, they knew from a good upbringing what the truth was.
Amen. They did, Charlie.
And it's really a tipping point in our society right now. So,
Well, we need to pass the baton.
pass the baton, and we got to pass the baton, but we've got to make sure they are well educated and know how to accept it.